What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to get your ex back. This is a really effective method to get your ex back, because we've all been there. We've all been there where she ends it with you and you didn't want it to end. And a lot of the time, what comes into a man's mind when this happens is, how can I reattract this person? How can I get her to see that this was a mistake? And so a really effective method to do this is simply to live your life. It sounds counterintuitive. It sounds like the opposite to what you want to be doing, but understand that men are logical creatures. So oftentimes men want to think logically through a situation to find the conclusion, but a lot of the times you actually need to do the opposite in the world of attraction. Men think that by logically thinking through the problem and applying logic and reasoning to the woman is going to ultimately resolve the situation. But as men often find time and time again, this doesn't work. When a woman decides that she wants to end it with you, she's doing it a lot of the time based off her emotions. But the number one way, or at least a very, very powerful way and a very effective way to get her back, is to simply move on. It sounds like the exact opposite to what you want to do, but trust me, the reason this works is because women want you to want them, but they also want you to be able to be self-sufficient. So if you get dumped and the first thing you do is you start blowing up her phone and you start telling her that you can't live without her, and you beg to meet up with her to sort things out, maybe that works in the movies, but in real life, this subconsciously communicates that you don't think you could go out there and attract another mate. And that subsequently communicates that you have a low opinion of yourself, and that ultimately decreases her attraction for you even more. And when a woman ends it with you, her attraction for you is probably low already to begin with. So the best way to get her back, and it's no guarantee, but the best way to get her back is to move on. So if you move on, so let's talk about very quickly, if you don't move on, then you're going to come across maybe as a little bit creepy, a little bit stalkerish, very pushy, not giving her the space that she's asking for. And ultimately, this is going to put her off even more. This is going to put her off even more than she's already put off. And it also communicates, as I've previously alluded to, that you have a low opinion of yourself. You have a low opinion of yourself to go and attract someone else. So ultimately, that is why it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work by acting desperate and refusing to move on. Also, if you're seen on social media or she hears from friends that you haven't moved on, you're devastated about it, you're just, you know, your head is down, you're not doing your day-to-day activities, your work performance is decreasing, you're not working out anymore, you're not meeting up with friends, you're just, so, you know, you're just keeping yourself to yourself and you're not really doing anything, then that's going to put her off even more. But on the other hand, if you do what I'm suggesting, which is live your life, you're showing that she's not the be all and end all. Yes, you want her. Yes, you want to be with her. Yes, you're in love with her. But if things don't work out, you can go and live your life and live your life to the fullest. And believe me, women find that far more attractive. So she, instead of hearing from her friends that you're depressed and that you're not doing anything, you stop meeting up with your friends, you're calling in sick at work, not eating, not sleeping. If she hears the opposite, actually, do you know what? He's living his life. He went to Miami, he went to Paris, he went to Tokyo with his friends. He got into better shape. He's going to the gym more. He's picked up a hobby. He got a promotion at work. Which one do you think is going to be a more attractive prospect to a woman And which one do you think is going to make her more likely to say to herself, do you know what, I made a mistake here? Because that's showing that you're prepared to move on with your life if someone doesn't want to be a part of it. And it's also, generally speaking, women want to be with someone who's got things going for them as opposed to someone who hasn't got things going with them. So that's why it works. It's no 100% guarantee, but typically speaking, exes do reach out eventually. I want to say over 80% of exes from my life, whether they ended it with me or ended it with them, they did reach out at some point. They might not reach out and say, let's give this another go, but they do reach out because women do tend to be curious about things, and they do keep a tab on their exes from time to time, a lot of them. So if you live your life and you leave her to it, she will eventually say, do you know what, let me reach out, see what's going on. And when she reaches out, you've got positive things to talk about, as opposed to you got, you know, you're upset and you didn't move on. So this is why it works. A key way to get your ex back is to live your life. If she says she doesn't want to be with you anymore, just say cool, no problem, and continue to live your life. Now, let me just end this video by saying that might not be how you feel. So you might say cool, no problem, and every cell in your body is saying beg her, meet up with her, make it right. But if you just say cool and move on, even though that's not how you feel, that's the message that she's getting. She's getting the message that you're moving on, and that will make her think, hold on a minute, and it will make them kind of double guess their decision. And then you go even further and you start living your life. Listen, you might feel horrible. Just drag yourself out. As hard as it is, drag yourself out. Do something, even if it's starting small. Go for a walk, read books, and then maybe go work out. Go on a short holiday trip. It doesn't have to be like a week across the world, like in Australia or Singapore, but it could just be a weekend away, like maybe, you know, somewhere nearby, and just taking pictures, showing her that you're having a good time. This is a far more attractive proposition than just, you know, digging your head in the sand. And, you know, and as I say, you might feel like that, and it's perfectly understandable, because let me just say, you know, heartbreak is very hard. I know how it feels. Something you don't want to eat, you don't want to sleep, you're just up at night thinking about it. Your brain's working 24/7 on how to get her back. It's horrible. So it's perfectly understandable. We're human. It's perfectly understandable, and it's okay to feel like that. But it's what, if you want to get her back, it's the message that you're sending to her. It's what she perceives it as, okay? She needs, even if you feel horrible, if you want to get her back, she needs to be receiving the energy that you're moving on with your life. And if she doesn't change her decision, eventually you're going to meet someone else, and that is what is going to prompt her most likely to reach out. So yeah, a key way to get your ex back is to move on and live your life. Let me know what you think about what I said in this video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. With that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.